And here is the video review for Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise line, Deluxe Class Bumblebee. And he has been named as the Urbana 500, I think. Concept muscle car. I have sharpied up his taillights because there was no paint. It was just all yellow. So just a bit of Sharpie on there. It looks fine now. I need to get some silver paint under here as well. And do the exhaust as well. He does have these blasters on the top. You can take them off. Just plug them to the engine block. We use them later in robot mode. But yeah, he's painted quite nicely. I actually had to turn the light off because he reflects the light so well you actually couldn't see him, so this video might be a bit dark, but you know, it's either that or not see him at all. But yeah, it looks quite cool. This doesn't quite sit down all the way, but oh well. So let's get him transformed. First thing I normally do is bring his arms down. And you can open the doors, lift this up. I usually go ahead and flip that piece up. And his legs, I don't actually have the first edition, but they kind of have the similar transformation to the first edition. From what I understand, you sort of bring it down like this, sort of extend his legs. One thing I'm going to say is he's really small. I usually go ahead and lift his head up all the way. I know people say you don't need to, but I just do. And then lift it up here, flip his kibble back, and then as you split the shoulders, his chest will come back and his head will properly be revealed. And flip his head up, straighten his legs. Having a bit of trouble standing there. But yeah, pretty much there is Prime Bumblebee. I don't know why he's having such a hard time standing at the moment, but there we go. Yeah, he looks pretty good actually. When I first saw pictures of this, his sort of abs were sort of folded away and he looked like a midget, but he actually doesn't look too bad. His shoulders do sit too low. I mean, if they weren't there, if they were sort of more here, if you flip that up, if his shoulders were more where his shoulders are now, but obviously the right way, then that would look a lot better, but you know, because of transformation they had to be here. His shoulder panels, if you want, you can flip them up a bit. He has really tiny hands, like really tiny. But yeah, he has a nice face, very primey. He does have this little plate back here, but I don't mind it as much as some people do. His blasters here, just split them apart and they square hole, round peg. Just pegs right in there. Give him his blasters from the show. He does have ratcheting elbows, which I find quite strange. He really doesn't need them, but he does. Articulation, he's got kind of a stiff, ball jointed head. His shoulders move, but they're at an angle, so it's quite strange. His doors do move. If you don't want them out, you can set them back. His arms rotate, swivel here, ratchet, as I said. He's got ball jointed thighs, a thigh swivel, and then a bend at the knee, and his foot pivots as well. Just as a size comparison, I still have Animated Jazz, and yeah, he's tiny. These new crime figures are really small. Not really small, but no, noticeably smaller than anything else that we've had. But yeah, he is actually a really nice shade of yellow. He's coming off as quite orange on this camera, but he is a nice bright, you know, not too bright that you can't see him, but a nice yellow. Not quite as orange as this. It's quite close, but yeah, there he is. Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, Deluxe Class Bumblebee.